2 feet behind you, which is the first thing we do, and make sure there's a lot of space behind. Let's think about how we could fall, right? So if I'm in throne, go ahead and come outside towards my knees more. So if I'm in throne, 2, 1, up. If I fall forward, your hands are here to protect me, right? Because I can push off.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I fall backwards, I could really hurt myself, right? And the only way that I can protect myself from falling backwards is to keep my hooks in. That's why when we're in a throne, I've got to hook that in. That way if I fall back, I can use that to leverage myself from falling backwards. So that's why the hooks are really important, right? And a common thing is, sometimes you'll fly a new flyer and they'll hook it behind here. Really common. But that doesn't really help them from falling backwards. Because they'll just slip right off. It'll protect them from falling forward. But that's why we want to hook it forward this way. Because if I do fall forward, I have your hands to protect me. So that's why we hook the feet in the front. So if you have a fly, hook it from the back. Have them suggest that they hook it in the front, because that way they can protect themselves from falling backwards.
Okay.
Right? And also, if they're up there and they're hooked in, if both legs are hooked in and I'm falling, their fly is falling out and they're still hooked in, they can come down on you and crush your legs too, because everything's hooked in like that. So you want to, in my opinion, start with easy throwing first when the feet aren't hooked in, where you're supporting their feet, and that way they're not wrapped. And if the flyer falls, their feet are out in front of them, they can just land on their feet first. Okay, so let's do easy throwing from here. This is the easiest way I found to base throw, right? We'll go over here, by your ears. You bring your feet up towards my butt, right there. You can grab my ankles, and on 1, 2, you push me back, and then bring your feet at 90. Perfect. And then now we can adjust where your hands are underneath my feet. Good. If I fall, I have my hands to protect myself, right? Yeah. Good. Let's do that again. Right there. So with me as a flyer, I'm going to push into your hands to have you have something for you to push off of, right? There it is. Good. I'm sitting straight. A common thing is flies will sit up. I think it's good for a flyer just to really sink into your feet. It kind of creates a feeling of weight coming down and centered right on your feet there, right? Good. I'm trying to find that 90 with your legs. And come down, you can just bring it back the same way I came in. Over.
Down.
So I think that's the easiest way to get in the throw. Now if you have a brand new flyer that has no idea what they're doing up in the air, it's a good idea to have them try thrown on a belly base. You remember how we did that? Where you're on your tummy? Here. So from there, you just bring your feet up, and then I can start practicing just wrapping my legs. So before we do the throwing with the wrapped legs, which is called straddle throwing, I believe. So if I'm wrapping here, I can practice low on the ground first. So I know if I'm falling, I know like how to brace myself and how to unhook my feet as a flyer. So if you have a flyer that hasn't done thrown with the hooked feet before, have them do that with you on the belly.
Okay.
Position like that. That's about it.
Okay.
Thrown. Alright guys, thrown. This is from I have seen. Just from back here. You're going to start actually in whale position here. I find this takes a lot less strength and like control than jumping in. I'm going to just bring my feet underneath you. I'm going to sit down like a chair. And then I'm just going to 2, 1 squat and push up with my hands there, right?
Okay.
So I can adjust my feet there. So easy throw.
Okay.
And remember that you can fall, in this easy throw it's a little harder to fall because you have more points of contact. When you're in the straddle throw and you're wrapped here, the very things that keep you safe, the very things that you're used to keeping you secure, can also hurt you. There's a fall and you're still wrapped in.
Gotcha. Okay.
So my job is the base, and your job when you're basing is you always keep your hands up until you feel like you're totally
that way if the
constant.
flyer falls, they can come this way and not...
Yes. It's really rare that flyer can fall back really fast. One, because these hooks are in, it's harder to fall back. And I'm going to do that in perfect shaking. I will not drop you.
No, I trust.
But also you have the core strength to keep yourself upright if there's a fall back.
Yeah.
But you fall forward, there isn't a muscle that kind of prevent you from falling forward.
Right, because the hinge wants to come forward.
Yes, and this here doesn't protect you from falling forward. It protects you from falling back.
Okay.
So my hands as the base are always up. So if you fall forward, your hands are there to catch. Right? And if you're falling out, you want to unwrap your feet right away.
Okay.
So come back up, please. So watch what Sammy's doing here. If there's a fall, my hands are up for her to catch, and she also unwraps her feet right away so that her feet can land before her face lands on the ground. Because these wraps, they keep you safe at the moment you're falling. If you're still wrapped, you're going to bend right onto your knee, and that hurts. So it could, you know. So keep that in mind. Another thing that I do, even before that mount, is I love doing belly basting.
Okay.
I always say that things on an L position about this 4 feet high are actually not beginner positions. I find them intermediate positions. Mostly because even at this height, you can get hurt if you fall out improperly. So I always have new flyers fly on bases in a belly base position.
Oh, okay.
Sammy could just come over here. She can squat over my torso, because when the feet are this way, they're actually opposite. You're not going to be facing me, you're going to be facing away. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how the feet are placed.
So here, and then
Yeah,
hips,
you just sit
feet.
right down, yeah. Sit right down onto my, or you can do bird. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know where I'm going here,
There you
so.
go.
There
You
we
can
go.
do bird.
Yeah,
And
that
this-
is harder though, because you
Yeah.
can't. Ooh.
And yeah, it's lower, so it's
Versus-
safer. So let's do throne. Have you just sit down.
Okay, that's, yeah. Communications. Okay.
Sit right down. Yeah, and wrap your legs. And you know that you're so low to the ground that a fall, it not only teaches you physically what throne feels like, but also it teaches you mentally what it feels to fall out of throne.
Okay.
See how she unwraps her feet right away? That's a good instinct to have. Sometimes when you're in the moment of falling, you get this kind of fight or flight moment, and if you're not used to that feeling, you tend to freeze up, or you could. You're like, I don't know what to do. So you want to practice on the ground and get really comfortable with the feeling of falling, so when that does come up, you're not so psyched out by it. You just know, oh, this feeling, I'm familiar with it. I felt it before. It's not so much an enemy. It's not exactly your friend, because it can hurt you. But it can be a friend if you, instead of fight it, you dance with it. You're like, okay, I'm falling. I just need to unhook and brace myself. Okay, let's give it. All right, our next exercise, we're going to do, they're called London bridges, and also you call it seesaw. Your legs is just coming, flipping up, back and forth. Try to keep those legs straight. Magda's, she has leg weights on because she's a beast. You can do that. So we slowly come up and around. Watch our hands. They're bound underneath our legs here. Our hands are underneath here for support. Over. I'm trying to keep my legs straight. The straighter I can keep my legs, the harder it'll be. Magda, she has 10 pounds of weights on her ankle. Good job, Magda. Good control. 5. Let's do 10.